shadow sighs, warm and warm, where my heart lies.
너무 예쁘다. 그거 하나 사면 되겠다. 엄청 빨개. 오믈렛.
Where is this?
오믈렛.
No, where?
맛있다. 너 큰 거 먹어.
The wind hums low through the cedar trees, a quiet song no one else can see. The sky wears gray like a threadbare coat. I'm falling like feathers, slow and free. The earth below just waits for me. I'm falling like feathers, no need to hold. This heart is light but full of cold. Your voice floats soft like a candle flame. It warms my chest when you say my name. A thousand stars. The sun dips low, the shadows creep. I hear the whisper of the trees, they never sleep. Your laughter lingers in the air like autumn leaves. It's everywhere, falling leaves. They dance, they sway. Golden dreams that slip away. But here we sit, the world stands still. Falling leaves, and I always will.
이거는 지금부터
Fire crackles, wood smoke drifts. Your eyes, they hold 1,000 gifts. The world is quiet, the night leans in.
와사비 조금만
It feels
마시면 돼.
like home beneath your skin. Falling leaves, they dance, they sway. Golden dreams that slip away. But here we sit, the world stands still. Falling leaves, and I always will. Tell me the secrets the moonlight hides.
엄마 있으니까 엄청 물 많이 먹게 되네.
많이 먹어.
막 여러 가지가 먹을 수 있어.
We'll stay like this.
혼자 있으면 귀찮아서 한 개밖에 안 먹어.
찌개 한 개 가지고 먹지.
찌개랑 밥 먹어.